Hi, this is Abby. This is a video on Mars and Taurus. So the first thing I want to talk about is what Mars means in the natal chart, because this is for natal Mars. It's your action and your aggressive nature. It's your masculinity and your sexuality. It's like your animal instincts, basically. It's like your inner caveman. Now, Mars and Taurus. Taurus is a fixed sign and it's an earth sign. So earth signs, Mars acts really practical in the earth signs. It wants to see results. It's all about this, it's not about this, it's that it's that type of energy. Taurus being a fixed sign, Mars in the fixed signs is like very steady Eddie kind of. It's in it for the long haul. Mars in the fixed signs is not very good at initiating things. So when I say fixed signs, I mean Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Specifically in Taurus, Mars is very sexual. Taurus is a really sexual sign. People always think Scorpio is the sexual sign, but in fact, Taurus is all about the senses. The first quadrant of the zodiac, so Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, they're the first step of the journey of the zodiac if you look at Aries to Pisces as like a journey. The first quadrant there is the most selfish, and I say this being like a quadruple Aries. All of their sort of motivations and how they work those planets comes from inside themselves. The Taurus Mars is going to be selfish in the fact that it wants pleasures. It seeks pleasure. It seeks security above all else. Taurus is not afraid to work hard for what it wants, but it does want things. And part of what it wants is pleasure. So that includes sexuality for someone with anything in Taurus really, but especially Mars and Taurus. These are not going to be people that are like spontaneous really. It's not, if you have Mars and Taurus, you don't just act on impulses at all. In fact, you're more of a creature of habit. Taurus is probably the biggest creature of habit in the entire zodiac. Taurus will hang on to things, and I do mean actual literal things, but also people and situations, way longer than it's healthy for them, just because they don't like change. They want the security that comes with the same old. Like, these are people who, if you have Mars and Taurus, you can go to work every day and it can be like Groundhog Day. You can have like the same day over and over and over, and that is just fine with you. That is how you like it. Mars and Taurus people are very motivated by things. So money. It's not like statusy. It's not like Capricorn, which would be motivated by climbing a ladder. Mars and Taurus is just motivated by pleasures. So they want like wines, food, good alcohol. They love food. Like Mars and Taurus people are motivated by food. Mars and Taurus is also extremely loyal because they do like that security. They like to hang on to people. So they're just very loyal to the people in their lives. The earth signs are hard workers. So that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They're all hard workers. Taurus is really good at how do you say, just like constant steady work. Like, they are the workhorses. You're not afraid to get up and do the same thing every day. You're not afraid to earn $1. Mars and Taurus people also tend to be pretty good with money. They don't overspend unless they're really out of whack. Like, for example, if things in your life are going really poorly, you might just overspend a little bit because you're taking action in order to give yourself pleasure. Now, when it comes to having a temper, people with Mars and Taurus really don't have, they're not pushed to anger easily. In fact, if you try and get into a fight with somebody with Mars and Taurus, it might be extremely frustrating for you because you can't push them. They're just content and serene. Taurus is ruled by Venus naturally, so this has a sort of juxtaposition to it. Mars is naturally in its home in Scorpio, so Taurus is its opposite sign. So there's some challenges here with getting them worked up, getting them angry, because they're so peace-loving. However, when you get somebody with Mars and Taurus angry enough, you need to watch out, because, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Isn't that what they say? It's dangerous. They usually have something distinct about their voice, so when they get angry, they tend to bellow, but when they also have good singing voices, when they're not yelling. You might be a really good artist if you have this placement, or you have maybe a good eye for photography, or for especially something like home decor or gardening, because these are all really positive, good places for Taurus to express its beauty. It likes to get in and work things. So it's not just like Libra, which has an eye for things. It's actually creating things. Mars in Taurus is also probably, like if you have this, you're probably really good at cooking. Okay, now if you have this placement, you have a stubborn streak, like probably nobody else. You're very reliable when it comes to work. You're that person that's going to clock in at the same time every day. You might never call out. You tend to take care of yourself, so you might not even get sick too often, because Tauruses have a really good longevity and just overall health is very strong. Their vitality is strong, but you're stubborn. So there's that. You cannot make a person with Mars and Taurus change their goals. Like once they've decided they're on this course of action, it is very difficult to get them to veer off of it. Especially if you're not someone they particularly care about. They're not, if you're not directly affecting them in a positive way on a daily basis, you're not really that important to them. It's just the way it is. So unless this person has like a shit ton of Pisces in their chart and they're really compassionate, it's going to be hard to get somebody with Mars in Taurus to like see your side of things and to come over and like change their course of action for you. It's just not going to happen. This placement is also very protective of house and home. So if you threaten like the security of somebody with Mars and Taurus's home, or somebody like a family member, like their spouse or their children, the family unit is really important because it's a sense, they gain a sense of stability from it. So you'd get in trouble. Like they would come at you full force if you messed with something like that. These people can also be not so flexible. So if you have this placement, it might be really hard for you to deal with change. You're very resistant to changing the way that you do things. So like if you have a routine and you act on it every day, it's going to be hard when some element of that routine is changed. You're just going to have a little bit more of a hard time getting acclimated. So you're going to have to give yourself a little bit extra time than the average person. When it comes to sexuality, really sort of traditional sex. I mean, it's not going to be like, you don't want to do like 1,000 different positions and like try all these new things. Like you like what works. They are predictable. So that's it. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them. And thank you for watching. Bye.